Field position, they'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara to about the 35, 2nd down. But you look at this Bronco defense. They're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
On play action, now Carr. Gets this complete to Shaheed. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. It's a gain of 35.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 30-yard line. Trying the left side with Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. The Saints at 2 and 4 here in the first half of the year. And they come in losers at 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
They run it again with Kamara. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Derek Carr with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. 7-0 is our score, ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The leading rusher in NCAA history from Youngstown State. Here's Jaleel McLaughlin. The play over before it really got started thanks to Pete Warner.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Nix. And Incomplete on the deep ball.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That's the first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
This is taken at about the 14. So the punt goes for 56 with a decent return of 13. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 62 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
A gain of 15. First down, Broncos.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. He's got it to Williams. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that went. Here's a diving catch right side. A gain there of 21 yards.
I know that rookie quarterbacks have to earn veteran receivers' trust. Maybe we saw that on that play with that type of effort, huh?
Yeah, helping out the rook with a heck of a catch. Eluding the pressure right. And for right side here, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards that time for number 19. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. To throw, here's Nix. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nothing open downfield. He had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Nix to throw again. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. McLaughlin will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. Nix to the air. And this is incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. On the handoff, McLaughlin. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him to mess it.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. His 9th rushing touchdown now on the year, number 10 overall. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, I mean, down early here in this first half. I think they felt their backs were against the wall already, so they go for it on 4th and goal. They're able to punch it into the end zone.
And they did a nice job there, feeling like their backs were against the wall, but going ahead and hunkering down and pushing forward and getting that score. That continues to give them an opportunity.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 121 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack.
Brings up 2nd and 20 at the 35-yard line.
Second and 20. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Now a play fake. Carr. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards, the final tally.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completion. Get
guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now 2nd and 5. Kamara up the middle. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Here's Kamara, try to run for it. Gets past one man. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. 155 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. Kamara going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Broncos' 3-yard line.
They'll run it with Kamara. And Bell is running into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Prater on to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10. Their own 29-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly right. You practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The give is to McLaughlin. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run. And they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time is left. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. In motion left goes a tight end.
They're going. It's Nix. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Look at the big man rumble.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 70 yards.
And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Lutz with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
Now Carr. And Carr gives himself up, but not before he picks up a first down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Carr going to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's Carr to throw. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a gain of a couple on what should be the final carry of half number 1. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Broncos 14.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Matt Prater is set to kick off.
It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
A carry for McLaughlin.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now it's Nix. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Desmond King picks it.
And the Saints are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
A busy night continues for Kamara. Pushing his way inside the 40. And he's got this down to the 35.
178 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates, the work.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Coming left is Kamara. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
And Shaheed going to go in motion.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Again, it's Kamara. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
A give. This is Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the now 40-year-old veteran able to put this one through. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game,
Watkins diving, he's got it. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
First down, Denver.
To throw is Nix. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
The rookie from Oregon on target with that one and leads to a first down.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34.
Throwing Nix. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left.
Nix looking to throw again.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
13 yards. And the Broncos first down.
Operating from the gun. Here's Nix.
And this is caught by Watkins. Touchdown, Broncos. From 21 yards away.
And the Broncos have got it back to within a score.
There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game.
24. Broncos 21.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
They begin on the ground with Kamara.
Up past the 30, 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
To throw his Carr.
Finding Taysom Hill complete. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. He's on his way. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That offense trying to erase that deficit, get a little bit closer here and climb back into this game in the third quarter. Instead, they further their disadvantage, Charles, with a pick 6.
And that defense came out willing to do anything necessary to defend that lead. I think they looked around the huddle and said, who's going to make the big play? Who's it going to be? And the person just ended up in the end zone with the football. He was the one that answered the bell.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This 2nd and 4. As Shaheed going to go in motion. To throw, it's Carr. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On the counter, here's Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
They'll turn to Kamara. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton, his second touchdown of the night. And the Broncos get a bit closer. Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency. Because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said, this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
Yeah, the touchdown apparently wasn't enough. They're going to go for the onside kick here. And I think the Broncos have it. They do. So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter, and just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. No gain on the play there, second down. Here's Nix. And he's got his man on the out route. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a fourth down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
That is caught. Josh Reynolds. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Looking to throw. Nix. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Second and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. A great effort there. Laying himself out in the end zone. And the Broncos have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth.
So now a big play here as the Broncos will line up to go for two.
The Broncos will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the fourth. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied fourth quarter as the kick's away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Carr.
Tries the left side and finds Olave.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Trying the left side with Kamara. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
On the handoff, McLaughlin.
And some room to maneuver.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Jaleel McLaughlin
with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Broncos have broken our tie and have taken a fourth quarter lead. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign.
The Lutz will look to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Broncos 43, Saints 36.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you, as he'll be backed up to start this drive.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
They run it again with Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Now 2nd and 4.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll get it down to the play to the 37.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
On the ground, Kamara. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
They'll come up now. 2nd and 9.
Kamara up the middle.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive will take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. Carr.
On the check down, he finds Kamara. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Now Carr, got to have this one.
Over the middle and complete to Shaheed.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Carr to throw.
Flush to his right.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton. And the Broncos have just about sewn up this football game.
Well, you can see what they were trying to do. Just send those guys out there to make a play, but that is a costly interception.
Yeah, that's kind of like the backyard. Everybody go deep, and let's see if we can find someone. 4 verticals in the route. Any other time of the game,